let's segue off to the next topic. Claressa Shields, the GWOAT, she calls herself, and many others call her that. Gets the job done against Lani Daniels. Coach, I don't know if you saw this fight,
Mm-hmm.
but if you did, what did you see in that fight? And I mean, let us know. Is the GWOAT the GWOAT? Or is she ready for a Layla Ali? Would you want to see that fight? Let me know something.
I'll be honest. I did get a chance to speculate on that fight. I did get a chance to actually visually see what went on in that match. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with y'all. I respect Claressa Shields and everything she does and what she has done and what she's going to continue to do for the women's sport of boxing because she's doing great things. She's out here and she's sometimes in most fights making it look easy. Now I'm gonna start with a few things that I seen last night that made me have concerns for her having to take on a Layla Ali in the future if it was to happen. First things first, her stamina. Her stamina is a question mark for me because she was forced to have to go kind of she had to go fishing and she wasn't catching the fish she was looking for early on in that fight. And when she finally caught onto the fish, she turned a lot of her energy into aggression, which kind of made me feel like she had a little bit more less steam on her punches. Because I feel like some of those punches, if she would have landed flush early on in the fight and she didn't have to go catch her a fish, I feel like she would have probably knocked her opponent out. And with that being said, shout out to how you pronounce her name again? I keep forgetting how to pronounce that lady's name. What
Lonnie Daniels.
Lani Daniels. There we go. Lani Daniels. Shout out to her because it's not too many women in the sport of boxing that'll be able to take a flush three-punch combination to the chops from Claressa Shields. You know what I'm saying? That's not an easy ask. That's a tough ask, really. And she took most of her best punches to the chops, and she continued to find a way to fight. But again, stamina and conditioning. That's question number one. You got to have that to get in the ring with a Layla Ali. Granted, Layla Ali's been out of the ring for a while. She got a bit, battle through ring rust or whatnot. So that's a question mark for me. The stamina and conditioning of Claressa Shields. And might I say, subject number two, I'm starting to notice that Claressa Shields, when she's having to fight inside and she finally gets her prey, her punches are wild, and I don't think she's landing with the accuracy that she possibly could be landing with if she was more in control of her inside fight game. Like I say, I love it to death when she finally gets her prey, but at the same time, it just looks wild and just uncontrolled aggression at times. And I feel like if she was more in control of what she was doing. Not, she might be in control. It might just be the way she looks when she's throwing punches. But to me, I feel like if she was a little bit more in control and actually articulating and pinpointing where she wants these punches to land, I feel like, hey, she would be hands down the GOAT. And like I say, it's still nothing to take away from her. She honestly, she is the GOAT because there is no Layla Ali in nearsighted future right now. So she is a GOAT. But at the same time, subject number two is I just want her to be a little bit more in control of how she, treats her opponents and herself when she's exchanging in the close to mid-range fight plan. But outside of that, I mean, I honestly, if I can get a chance to see Layla Ali come back and scrap again, I'm taking it, especially against the Claressa Shields. A lot of people wouldn't rock with me on this subject, but I don't think Claressa Shields has enough in her to do away with a Layla Ali in the manner that she thinks she would. Because why? I'm gonna put it like this: Layla Ali is a little bit more fundamentally sound than the Claressa Shields. She's a little bit more controlled in her approach, and not only that, she hits just as hard as a Claressa Shields, but in a bigger body type. So I don't see how she's able to withstand and overcome those factors and win a fight. Do I see the fight ending with a knockout? Honestly, no. But I think Layla Ali just ends up being too much for Claressa Shields, especially with her being at that weight class. That's the heavyweight, and I don't even think Claressa is even in her best shape to be at a heavyweight. But at the same time, she's able to thug it out and get the victories the way she can and the way she knows how, and it's enough to keep on getting her by. But against a Layla Ali who's accustomed to, actually being a real life female heavyweight. I don't know if that's enough. I'm taking Layla Ali in that. And like I said, that's a fight where I got to see the proof is in the pudding. You got to show me Claressa Shields can beat a Layla Ali. But I would like to see it, but do I need to see it? No.
Um, Claressa Shields, Lani Daniels, Tom and Jerry fight from
Yeah.
Lani Daniels' side. Um, I'm just gonna be real with you. It was very frustrating to watch. I mean, she wasn't even she. This is the thing, okay? And I know you got some people on YouTube who feel like they know boxing. So let Boss eloquently break you down. The art of boxing is to hit and not get hit, right? But it's not to hit and get out of range. You hit, create an angle, or make them miss a couple of inches, and you counter them, right? You're in range to counter them or catch on the glove or parry, but you're in range to fight. You are a boxer. You sign up to fight, okay? You don't sign up to run, okay? So she wasn't boxing, she was running, okay? Now, Claressa Shields, what I saw from her was I saw a little bit of deficiencies in there to the point where like she couldn't cut the ring off. Um, it it, it, it was just like it was just little minute things. I'm just nitpicking. She wasn't cutting the ring off. I know the girl was getting all the way out of range and running, but you got to figure out a way how to cut the ring off. You got to use that boxing IQ. Carissa should have invested to the body early on. She should identify she's not willing to engage. Let me throw to her body. Let me get close, feint to her head, body, right? Let me try to work inside. Let me make it a rough, rugged fight for this girl. You know what I mean? Um, Coach, I also do see like Coach Shield when she do get on the inside, she get wild. Nothing is tight and compact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like wild and reckless. And if I don't know if you remember early on in her career, she got wild and she got checked and she got dropped in a fight. I forgot who that
Mm-hmm.
was against,
Mm-hmm.
but she still has that issue. It's just no woman has yet to basically finish her off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Clarissa Shields, if I had to give her a grade for that performance, I give her a B. I do think Lonnie Daniels, we need to put something in place where if fighters want to fight like that, starting off, they need to give up a lot of their purse. And I'm talking about their money
Mm-hmm.
for the fight. Because that wasn't, if I was a coach, and coach, you correct me if I'm wrong. If I was a coach, I'd cuss Lonnie B out. She would have been getting an earful in her ear.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm talking about from when she did that round one, she would have came back to the corner smiling. I probably would have slapped her. I'm not gonna. You would have saw me. I'm not gonna lie to you. You would have saw me in her. I would have been in her tail because that's not what we worked on. I know her coach didn't teach her. Tell her to dance around the ring and not be in range to punch or counter. I know he didn't teach her that. And if he taught her that, she need to fire him as her coach.
Mm-hmm.
When you sign up to fight, you sign up to be a warrior. Okay, you and your team. Your team, when it's you in that ring by yourself, but your team is getting you ready for war. So it's you and your whole team signing up for war to go to battle. So when you step foot in that square circle, it's go time. You don't sit there and from round one you throwing jabs from 10 feet away from Clarissa Shields, and she's standing in the middle of the ring looking at you. Now, granted, Clarissa Shields showed great patience, but like I said, she got to figure out a way to cut that ring off to get to that girl and stop going to the body. That's what she should have did. She had figured out something. But Lonnie Daniels, that stuff right there, I'm telling you, she would probably got slapped by me. I'm not allowed to. I don't know. I mean, coach. I mean, let's break this down. You've coached some fights. You go through a training camp, a whole training camp. This is the biggest opportunity for both of y'all because this is the opportunity for the coach too, far as IQ wise, right? Because you coming up with the game plan and your fighter getting to do this. How you reacting to that? Let me know something.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, no disrespect to any fighter that's had to do this, in the past or will have to do it in the future. But I'm gonna just do the most almost the most embarrassing thing you can do to a fighter. I'm gonna just stand on the apron and I'm throwing the white towel because you're not finna embarrass me. And if this what you collectively wanted to come out here and do, you're not finna waste my time because I got family, I got kids, I got other stuff I could be taking care of at this time. And you want to sit here because I didn't teach you that. I didn't coach. That wasn't in the fight plan. Where you came up with that at, I don't know if you had a few shots before you took on this before we got in the ring. I don't know if you needed a few whatever the case may be. I'm throwing it in the white towel. We finna go home. And then once we get in the back, I'm finna let your ass have it. Paul, my bad on my French, excuse my French, but I'm finna let you have it. And I'm gonna tell you right then, right there, hey, I can no longer be your coach. I will not be associated with foolishness. You will not waste my time, nor will I waste your time. What we came here to execute, that's what we finna execute. And if we have to so happen to, go to plan B, C, D, E, F, or maybe even Z, just lay it out all on the line, that's what we gonna do. We gonna show we came here to compete. We gonna show we got heart, and we gonna show we came here to display that we could fit in to be one of the best fighters, best fighter and coach 10. Running around the ring, that's not acceptable. I'm throwing in the white towel. We finna get out of here right now. Hey, Guo, you got it. Whoever, you got it. We're not finna waste your time. And that purse, you got it. And wasting my time like that not finna happen. I'm sorry. I'm finna pull you out immediately. I'm not finna give you an opportunity no more after that. You're gonna spend the first 2, 3 rounds just literally galloping. Like, I get it. Maybe we had taken it too far. We've been saying folks been running around the ring, but this was running around the ring at its finest. Like, literally running around the ring. Some people they get into it, they just kind of shuffle around, they move around, they get in, get out. But this right here was she wasn't in distance to throw a punch or to receive a punch. That's running around the ring. And but like I say, I'm throwing in the towel. We finna pack it up. We finna go home. You're not gonna call me no more. I'm not gonna call you no more. And, and it just so happened if we ever see each other again down the road, hey, how you doing? Good job. I'm going this way. You go that way. I can't. I'm not dealing with that.
It's embarrassing, embarrassing. But shout out to Claressa Shields, she got the win. Layla Ali, that fight. The only way I want to see that fight is if Layla Ali is able to come back and have a tune-up. Uh, I don't really want to see Layla Ali in the ring straight, like just going straight to fight Claressa Shields. I do think Layla Ali is more skillful than Claressa Shields, and y'all can get mad at your mama, not me. I do think Layla Ali got more IQ than Claressa Shields. But y'all know when you out the ring for a while, you gotta get the timing down. You gotta get all that down, rhythm, all of that, right? And Layla Ali has been retired for a long time. So I would want her to come back, get a couple of fights, maybe 1 or 2 fights, see how she looks, see how her body feels, and then Claressa Shields fight. You know, I think that'll be big for women's boxing. I feel like that'll put a lot of eyes on women's boxing. I think it'll do better numbers than the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, so I think that I would like to see the fight if she's able to come back. Layla Lee's able to come back and get a tune-up. You know what I mean? The tune-up is not for her to, it's just for her to get her timing and rhythm down. That's it. You know what I mean? But Layla Ali may be like, I don't need it. She may be like, I don't need it. And that's gonna look worse on Clarissa Shields if Layla Ali, who's been tired, I retired, I think, for almost, if I'm not mistaken, I think a while, maybe over 5, 6 years, maybe more than that. And she come back and beat Clarissa Shields, that's gonna be crazy work. But shout out to Clarissa Shields. Sky's the limit for her. I don't always agree with everything she says, but she's definitely putting on for women's boxing. Coach, you got anything else?
Nah, that'll be it on me, man. That'll be it on me.
All right, man. We didn't talked about Terrence Crawford. We didn't talked about, a list of other matchups, man. We continue to stay on y'all here. We continue to try to put out good content. Continue to support us on the journey. This is Genesis. This is the beginning. You know what I mean? Me and Coach B got some things coming pause for the channel. Like we tell y'all every time, you might come on here, some may be different. So keep coming over here, keep supporting us, and we're gonna keep putting out good content. If you want us to do something different, you see something that we can do something better at, hey, let us know. We're not opposed to any criticism. You know what I'm saying? We grown men at the end of the day. You know, but if you get disrespectful, don't get offended when somebody cook you in the comment section. That's what it is. We're continuously trying to grow this channel. We're continuously trying to evolve as beings. At the end of the day, like Coach B said, you got to put you first, right? So continue to keep your mental right. Continue to seek that higher being. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But boss, coach, clutched up, clutched out. You know what I'm talking about. We gone.
Salute.